Hi everyone, it's your woman of faith here, Kelly, and I was thinking today as I read the verse of the day on my YouVersion Bible app from Matthew 19:26. Jesus looked at them and said, "With man this is impossible, but with God all things are possible." And I got thinking about that. I'm going to switch hands here. In my own life, in my own recovery, I went to rehab for the first time in 2023. Was there a week, and then, as you've heard in my other video, had a medical emergency. Came home, and after I was healed enough, I relapsed. After I went back in October 2023, completed the program. I got out. I started going to AA meetings, got a sponsor, got a home group, started working the steps. Yet I still relapsed. And I realize now it's because I didn't fully trust God. I thought I did. I thought I trusted God, but I really didn't. And I was still off in this little fantasy world of mine that, I don't know, that I would win a bunch of money. I'd pray for money and that would make everything better. No. And I ended up, you guessed it, if you've heard my original video, back in rehab, and stayed a lot longer. Ended up 100 and something days in rehab, between a couple different rehabs and a short stint in a halfway house. Yeah, I came home within a week. I relapsed, started drinking again. And I kept wondering, why, and I was attending meetings, but I kept thinking, what is wrong with me? Why can't I stop? I've been to rehab, I'm in counseling, I'm attending meetings, got the sponsor, in the home group and all that. It was because I did not place my trust and faith in God. I placed my trust and faith in other humans and myself, and obviously that didn't work out so well for me. And then once, September of 2026, so it would have been the 6th was the last day I took a drink, but that was the day that I turned my will over to God and said, I can't do this anymore. I need help. And I gave it all to Him. I mean, all my pain, my tears, all that I gave to Him and said, help me. And I started attending. I had stopped attending meetings quite as much, so I started going back to meetings, working the steps again. But the difference this time was that I gave it to God. I told God that I, admitted that I could not get sober on my own. I can't do this life on my own. And sure enough, September 7th is my sober date. September 7th, 2024. I am a year and 10 months today. 2 more months to hit a year. But I never say I got it, you guys, because I don't have it. If I had it, I wouldn't have had a drinking problem. And I do. And I can never drink alcohol again. You know what? That's okay with me, because I kind of like my life now. Even with the health issues, even with the mental and physical health issues, God's got me. He's got me. I don't get out of bed of my own volition anymore. He does it, because some days I'm in so much pain I don't even want to get out of bed. But between God and my cats, they get me up and out of bed. And sorry, I got sidetracked for a minute. He takes care of me. He takes care of all my needs. I'm not rich. I'd probably be considered poor, I guess. I'm on disability, so I'm on a fixed income. But you know what? God makes sure I'm fed. He makes sure I'm clothed. He makes sure I have a roof over my head, that I have electricity, air conditioning. Even though I complain about having to turn it on, I'm still, because it runs up my electric bill, I'm so glad I have it. Clean water. All these things God provides for me. My strength doesn't come from me. It doesn't come from other people. It comes from God. God is my strength. He is the one who keeps me sober. He is the one who keeps me going back to the life that I used to live, which was a sin-filled life, bouncing relationship to relationship, not living my life right, praying for the wrong things, not always being nice to people when I was drinking. I wasn't horrid, I didn't smash and throw things. Well, okay, that whole remote incident, the last day I really drank, I did do that, but generally as a rule, I didn't. Well, except when I had my nervous breakdown in October 2023, my drunken nervous breakdown, I did smash my wine glass that night. So really few exceptions. I mostly was a zombie. I didn't reach out to people. That was the big thing. I isolated really, really bad. I isolated even from, my then boyfriend and the kids. I isolated. I shut down. And I was basically a zombie. In my mind, I was a zombie. And I'm not anymore. I feel things now. It's not always pleasant, but I do feel things now. And I think that's another thing I'd like to stress. The Holy Spirit is speaking to me is not using alcohol or drugs or whatever to numb yourself. Guess what, guys? It doesn't work, because you wake up and you're not numb anymore, and it stinks. It's not fun. Even having to have feelings now, I will tell you, I'm still so much better and healthier than I was. I spoke at Serenity Mountain on Friday, my ladies' recovery that I was in. Hey there, my Serenity Mountain ladies. And it was amazing. I took pictures with me of what I looked like when I was drinking, and the girls weren't 100% sure at first. They didn't realize it was me. That's how unrecognizable I was. My own grandmother wouldn't have recognized me if I hadn't told her it was me. That's really bad. That's not good. And yes, I have a little extra weight now, but I have been told I look healthier and happier than I have been in a long time, and that's not a reflection on anyone else, certainly not on my former boyfriend. I mean, he's a great guy, and he's still a great guy, but I have an alcohol problem, and that's not anybody's fault. I don't blame anyone for that. It was me that chose to pick up. I just didn't realize that I wasn't going to be able to put back down, because I always had before. And now with God in my corner, with God giving me the strength, I have not picked up even again, and some of you have heard this in my original video, even with some of the things I've been through. Losing my mom was hard, and it is still hard sometimes. I mean, it's only been since November. We just had her funeral in May. And I was thinking, I wanted to text her the other day and let her know I was going to the mountain to speak, because she was like my biggest supporter, and I can't do that. But I know she hears me. I know she's always going to be with me, her and my dad. Fortunately, when Dad was alive, I did not have a drinking problem. Fortunately, it didn't start till after Dad died, after I had COVID. May have started a little before that, but definitely after I had COVID, I couldn't put back down. I was going through a lot of different things. So my encouragement to you today is, don't trust in yourself that you're going to do it, that you can do it, and you don't need God or higher power. For those of you who want to use higher power, that's fine too. But with me, it's definitely God. Obviously, I created this channel, Women of Faith. but be willing to put your trust in Him. Turn your whole will and life over to Him. You guys, He'll do amazing things, I promise you. It doesn't mean that you're never going to experience any bad stuff. It's life. Life keeps life in. But I will say He will get you through those things. He has gotten me through. Again, I know some of this is a repeat, but for those who didn't catch my original video, when I finally left my former boyfriend's house, when I finally got sober, within 2 weeks, I had to swallow my pride and ask God what to do because I had to get out of that house. He led me to an agency that led me to Catholic Charities to help me with DSS, and I was out of the house and into a motel room that day. I spent 5 months in a motel room. But you know what? That's okay, because I was safe. I was starting to refocus on myself and learn that focusing on me is not selfish. I needed to, and I still, as hard as it is, I still sometimes need to have boundaries and put myself first, because otherwise my physical and mental health will just go plooey. And I can't risk that, and I can't risk going back to drinking. Then I was in an efficiency apartment. I was so happy to be there until we got bed bugs, and I wasn't so thrilled about that. But finally had gotten rid of those by getting rid of a bunch of furniture. And then, going through losing Mom, that, and right literally on Thanksgiving Day. That was hard, and then facing the first holidays without her. This necklace I wear, it says mother and daughter. The box, it said the love between a mother and daughter means no distance, and it was going to be her birthday present, but I wear it almost every day to stay close to her. The engagement ring, I don't know if you guys can see it, it's on my pinky finger. That was the one my father gave to her way back in 68 or 69. And I wear that because it makes me feel closer to both of them. Plus, I didn't end up marrying my former boyfriend. That's originally, it was going to be the engagement ring. That didn't happen, so now I wear it as a memory. God got me through that. I finally followed the Holy Spirit's prompting and got my 1-bedroom apartment that I love, that I'm so grateful to be in. I'm so grateful for where I am and where my life is now. And again, even with all the pain and everything I've been through, I'm still grateful, because the other alternative, and I'm going to be real with y'all, and this is what my neurologist and my primary care physician told me: if I had kept drinking or I go back to it, I'm dead. Well, there's no polite way to say it. I will end up either back in rehab or in a hospital, or, as my neurologist said, with mush brain, which means alcohol-related dementia. So I'd probably end up in a nursing home, or, well, not here. For sure, I would not be talking to you right now. So my life, because of my health issues, is literally at stake if I go back to it. And it'll just kill me a little bit quicker than maybe it does with some people. So my goal is to help others not go down that road, to get the help they need, to not be ashamed, not be afraid, to turn it over to God. I have to do it every day. I kid you not. Every day I set my prayer and devotional time, and that is mine and God's time every morning before I leave the house. I won't leave the house without having that time with Him, because if I don't have that time, my whole day is off. And, I don't really like it when my day is off like that. So God comes first. before anyone or anything else, and that includes my dear aunt. God is first. He is first. God and my sobriety come before anything. So if you're out there and you're struggling, reach out. Don't be afraid to reach out to people. I know it's hard when you're in the thick of it. Believe me, don't I know it? But it will save your life. I thank you all for listening to me today. Sorry, my brain is a little kind of roller coastery today. And I'm definitely no Joyce Meyer. If any of you get to watch her on YouTube, she's awesome. She's an awesome preacher, and she's real. She keeps it real. I mean, her story is incredible. She's an inspiration. She really is. So if any of you get to watch her, I do recommend it. I thank you for joining me today. I will be posting more videos as I get prompted, as I like to say. I also have some shorts, and you can also check me out on Instagram, Kelly Trenholm. And thank you guys for listening to me. If you have any comments or questions, feel free. I just ask you keep it polite. Again, I'm no religious expert, and I'm not here to debate with anyone. I'm just here to share what I have gone through, what I go through, and what I probably am going to go through. If you like these videos and you want to see more, hit like and subscribe. And I love y'all. I hope y'all have a blessed day, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.